everybody, this is Pierre back with a review. I did a long video about this soundbar that I'm going to present to you, but YouTube won't let me upload anything with a clip from a movie or music. I had a very small bit from the car chase from the Venom movie and some music used to demonstrate to you, but YouTube won't let me. So I'm gonna keep this kind of short. I had my big JBL speakers, and before that I had I don't remember the name, Sony thing, TV bench with surround system in it. But I really like my JBL speakers. But I needed a draw. I needed more. Yeah, I needed a draw for my clothes. So I had to replace my big speakers with a soundbar. And I checked and couldn't decide because I wanted something fresh, something the latest on the market. And since everything happening in the world, everything is delayed. So every test says that the Sennheiser Ambio is the absolute best. Here in Sweden, it costs 2,500 euros. So that's a lot of money for a soundbar. And I decided to get it. I went to listen to it and were super disappointed. Yeah, there is nothing more to say. It was good, but not 2,500 euro good. Not at all. And it was huge. It was really big. So I decided to skip that one, and I was looking for something around half the price because I thought like the latest LG C10, I think, because I have an LG TV. I thought that one for roughly the half price can't be half as good as the Sennheiser Ambio because it wasn't anything special at all. But the LG C10 was 144 centimeters. I have a 55-inch screen, so it would be wider than the screen, I think. The C9, the smaller model, was 122 centimeters. And then I always had JBL in my mind because I like JBL in general. I bought a bunch of their headphones with small speakers, and last Christmas I bought my parents the JBL 9.1, 7.1 maybe, I don't know, and we're actually really surprised about it. It sounded great and it sounded even better for the money. So I had JBL in my mind all the time, and JBL had this one called 5.1 bar, brand new, and I got a super great price from BRL here in Sweden. I asked him, he has just got it in stock. I asked him for a friendly price and I got it. So I decided to get this one. And now when I have it, I don't regret anything at all about the size. This is 102 centimeters wide and 10 centimeters deep. I would not want anything bigger than this. Maybe a bit wider as my 55-inch screen, but nothing deeper, nothing thicker. So the sizing is perfect. The price was good. The retail price here in Sweden for this one is 700 euro. And I think you guys in US, most of my audience is in US. I think your price is like $400. And for that price is crazy good value. And after I received it, there were some more positive things that I liked about it. I like that there is no glass on top. Most of the soundbars that I looked at had glass on top. And it gets very dusty in here because I have sunlight all day. So no glass top, that's super fine with me. Most of the subwoofers that comes with the soundbars are quite large. This one is also quite large, and I put it in the corner just for the moment while installing it. And then when I tried the soundbar, it sounded great having it there. Yeah, you're supposed to have it in a corner or something, but it sounds great there. I had no complaints at all with having it on top of that drawer. Then there were other things as well that I liked. It has built-in Chromecast and AirPlay. I got excited about that, even though it doesn't use Chromecast anymore. I still like it, but the downside was that it was only for audio. But I have used it a lot actually, because now I never play. Sometimes when I come out to shower, I just play music just to have something in the background. And this one is super easy to just put Chromecast on, Spotify on the phone, and then Chromecast. So I never use Bluetooth with it, but I tried, of course, and the audio from via Chromecast is a lot better than the audio via Bluetooth. And while talking about music, most of the soundbars are dedicated to movies alone, but I think that a speaker in general that sounds good with TV and movies should also sound good with music, and this one absolutely does that. So yeah, it's dedicated for both music and TV. No problems at all there. No complaints at all. One thing, if you listen to this in the store or when you buy it and listen to it at home, and this was the same with my parents' JBL soundbar. That's why I sort of expected this. There is some mid-range lacking. You don't notice it when you have the subwoofer on, because the subwoofer is great. The subwoofer is actually amazing. It gives both bass and it helps with the mid-range and sum it up for a perfect sound. But I tried it without the subwoofer, and there is some mid-range lacking when it's new. After you played it, not even 100 hours, but a couple of hours, a couple of days, then the mid-range are coming. So the elements usually as we get driving in, I don't know better word for it. In Sweden we say drive it in. Need to get softer, and then the mid-range comes. And in general, the sound gets a lot better with that. And also, I don't know if I'm maybe just overthinking it, but there is a room calibration, auto calibration. Press the button, it is the beep beep, and it checks out the room. I did that day one before trying it out, or I tried it out first and then I did it. And I did it after I have drove it in, after the mid-range came to life. And I think that the room calibration acted a bit better after the mid-range came. I actually do think that. So if you buy it brand new, do the room calibration instantly, of course, and then after a couple of weeks, do it again, because I actually do think it helps. And the room calibration works just as fine as it should be. So great that it has room calibration. Most of the soundbars that I checked didn't have that, and most of the soundbars that I checked didn't have a HDMI input. This one has that, so I can connect my Xbox to the soundbar, and then the soundbar via EARC, whatever we call, I don't remember, to the TV. So the extra HDMI import helped me a lot. I could connect it to the TV, of course, but now I have all the cables to my soundbar and one cable from my soundbar to my TV. So that's also great. And then of course the sound. We have, once again, a lot of bass. There is a lot of bass. And the only thing that I actually use the remote control that comes with it is changing the bass from, there is 5 steps on the bass. And I change it from 3 when I watch TV during the day, and lower it to step 2 when I watch TV at night. That's it. And it's very easy to install. You don't need to do anything, and I really don't need this one. lower and do everything with my TV remote. The only thing is the bass. I need to have the remote control to change the bass. And that's not, I don't need to change the bass for myself. It's just that I feel sorry for my neighbors, which I really shouldn't do. My old surround sound setup had a night mode, which was really nice. I just put on the night mode and it enhanced some sounds and it lowered the bass and some other sounds. This one does not have this function, so I just change the bass from 2 to 3. That's it. You don't need anything more than that. And yeah, then of course the most important thing, there is surround sound in it, even though it lacks the upwards facing speakers. There is surround sound in it. JBL calls it multi-beam, and there is a function where you force it to give a bit more surround sound. And I like that actually, because when watching TV, I want to feel that extra and hear that extra surround sound. Even like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, there is nothing at all surround sound in that one. But still, it's nice to have something when you hear they're dropping something off screen or so. So there is a function with the multi-beam where you force a little bit more surround sound of what you're watching. You can turn that on and off, and I only have it on. So yeah, there is surround sound. It's called 5.1. The speakers on the side does a great job, because I keep hearing like there is something outside or something in the hallway. So they do a great job. Lack of upward facing speakers, that's okay. The only thing that I noticed when missing those is that sometimes, especially when I listen to music, I can hear the sound really coming from underneath the TV. But of course, everybody else thinks that is fully normal. But I'm used to speakers that have a sound stage that make you almost look for the speakers. You see them, but you think they are somewhere else. So yeah, sometimes I can hear the sound coming from the speaker, but that is something you shouldn't be bothered with at all. And I actually think that is it. I'm sorry that I can't let you hear it, but good sound, enough surround sound feeling, very good bass, great subwoofer. It really helps out a lot with the sound. Very easy to install. Just plug it in and then you can automatically, it does everything. So plug it in and then instantly you can change the volume with the TV remote control. Also, it turns on and off with the TV, of course. So very easy to install. There is no adjustment to do except from the bass, and you really don't. The bass standard setting is 3. You don't need to change that. It's only if you watch movies at night and you feel sorry about your neighbors. That's it. And you really don't need to put it any higher than 3 either. So the standard remote control, you don't need it. Easy to install, good value for the money. I got a great price from BRL, but you guys in US have an even better price, I think. Retail price here in Sweden are 700 euro. And I listened to a couple of soundbars around the price of 10,000 kronor, that's 1,000 euro, and 1,200 euro. And they are not better than this one, absolutely not. So good value for the money either way, even if you pay full retail price here in Sweden. And that's it. Once again, sorry I can't let you hear anything. You just have to take my word for it. And yeah, actually I have one thing to complain about. The display, even though I don't do anything with the soundbar, the display is really bad, because if you are anything on the side like you are now with the camera, you don't see the display. Of course you see it, but it's very unclear. So you need to be right in front of it to really see what it reads. But when I'm laying in bed on the side, I have I have a difficult time seeing what the display sees shows me. And the only thing that bothers me about that is that sometimes it's not the soundbar's mistake or error. My internet falls out because something I don't know, and there were error code there where it said something like Wi-Fi missing or something, but it took me a time to see what it said because of the display. As usually, I'm talking too much. JBL Soundbar 5.1. I really like it. I have nothing to complain about except from the display actually. So if you have any questions, let me know. Just ask me. Once again, sorry for having a soundbar review without showing you anything. So ask me. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs button. Hit the bell button. And I hope you bear with me for being tired always in my videos. Thanks for watching.